What is up, everybody? My name is BobaTalks and welcome to a brand new Gotham Season 4 video. And in today's video, well, you guys have been asking me to make a new Gotham video just on the Solomon Grundy pics, and I thought I was going to wait till a few more pictures came out or just something a bit more to talk about, but I'm just going to go ahead and make it anyway, as there's a few pictures I can talk about. And there's one in particular that I want to post to you guys as to what you think could be going on in it. But let's start off analysing the first ones. And by the way, I just got back from doing a Batman Telltale Season 2 live stream. If you missed it, you can find it in the links down below. No, but really, I want to start off with this picture of Oswald. We get a really good look at Oswald here with a fan, taking a picture with a fan on set, which is awesome to see. But what we can see here is a really good look at the posh new Oswald, if that makes sense. This time, his hair is quite different. He's got quite the quiff going, and it seems to be, well, from what I'm thinking, the kind of way he wants to approach things going forward, especially now he's come back out on top now. I think with the whole Iceberg Lounge, he's going to be looking like this. He's going to want to present himself a lot more, I don't know, kind of clean looking. And I think, you know, with this picture, and there's a few others that you can find online with the ones that he took with fans on set, you can really see just kind of how swag Oswald is looking. And this takes me to the next picture of the Iceberg Lounge, and you may have seen photos like this similar, but I thought this was a really cool shot. To be honest, there's not too much to look at here, but I do appreciate the penguins in each corner of this bar. I think it looks really sweet, and those penguins really do make the, you know, touch of the Iceberg Lounge and penguins mark on the bar. But now let's dive straight into the whole Grundy thing. Now this photo of Drew Powell here, you can see is him on just set or in the makeup trailer or somewhere like that, where he is getting ready just to get into the whole Solomon Grundy makeup. And now what you have all been waiting for, which you have all probably seen before, but for those of you who have not seen it, this is our first look at Solomon Grundy actually on set, you know, filming for Gotham, and it looks really sweet. It's so funny how ironically this photo is, because we get a little glimpse of him. Now there's quite a few things to note here. Now this photo comes from Eric Malinsky. Now from the angle he took it, even though we can't see too much, there's still a lot to draw from this. Now what we do know, guys, is that the first person ironically that Butch, or should I say Solomon Grundy now, runs into is none other than Edward Nygma. And I think this could be the very scene that they were talking about where Solomon Grundy meets Nygma. But the best thing about this is, as Butch had many reasons to hate Nygma, from whether you're talking about the whole penguin thing, how he got in the limelight and sort of took Butch out of the limelight, and then how he chopped off Tabitha's hand. But now that grudge isn't going to be there anymore, as he is basically Solomon Grundy. He's not going to remember any of that, and he's actually going to be best friends, more or less, with Nygma, also the reporting say. But yeah, here we can see what looks to be Nygma. I mean, it's kind of obvious in this green suit, and I just want to say this as well. I mean, I don't think Nygma, and I think this has been said before, is going to stay in ice for very long. I didn't think he would stay in ice for very long anyway, because if you think about it, he's one of like the main actors on the show, and if he's like in ice for like 12 episodes, then he wouldn't have too much of a role. So I think he's going to get out of that ice extremely quickly. And here we see Nygma meeting Solomon Grundy, and I have to say Solomon Grundy does look pretty cool. From the tiny little glimpse we can see how pale he is. We can see a little bit of Drew Powell's face. We can see Solomon Grundy's white hair, and I just would love to know what Nygma is thinking in that moment. He's probably just like, Butch? No, but either way, joking aside, it's going to be remarkable to see Nygma becoming really good friends with Butch. And just seeing that all go down. Let me know what you think of this photo in the comments below, and just let me know what you think of this little glimpse of Solomon Grundy that we have. Now before going on to the next very interesting photo, I want to show you a couple of average photos that we've got, and I just want to talk about anyway. So here we have a couple of pictures from Erin Richards, and this is just her showing off, I don't know, her makeup and just her hair, and we know she's basically gone platinum blonde now in the new season. It probably has something to do with potentially coming back to life, or her getting shocked or something like that. Now here we see a picture of her with none other than Alexander Siddig, who plays Ra's al Ghul. Now if you don't know already, if you haven't been following all the news with Gotham Season 4, it has been said that Barbara will be trained by Ra's al Ghul, and just judging by these two being together in this photo, I mean, I think they must have been filming a scene together. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but I don't really like this at all. I'm not looking forward to seeing it. To be honest, you don't have to like whatever you don't like the idea of. Everyone has their own opinions, and personally to me, I really can't stand the idea of Ra's al Ghul training Barbara, and then Barbara being, just somewhat of a disciple of his. I don't know, but let alone if she gets brought back to life. If she did actually properly die last season, that's still not been properly confirmed. But if she did die, well, either way, she's coming back. But if she did die, if she comes back via the Lazarus Pit, I said this in a live stream the other day. No, I don't like the idea of that at all. But either way, we know Barbara will actually partner back up with Tabitha, but it'll be a bit rocky to begin with. But Selena will be the sort of tape that brings them both together, and she will just kind of form that alliance between Barbara and Tabitha again. It's debatable as to what Barbara will remember, but I'm very convinced that she'll be different. She's acting different in that very brief trailer we got from Comic-Con. And now with, just all this stuff we learned about her being trained by Ra's al Ghul. I can't remember. I don't know if anyone can confirm this for me. If she will be brought back by Ra's al Ghul. If that's the case, then I don't want the Lazarus Pit to be, overpowered or overplayed. If it's been used too many times, then that's just stupid. I really, really didn't like what they did with Alfred. I thought that was a massive mistake. Even them dribbling a bit of the Lazarus Pit waters on him to heal him. No, it's ruining Ra's al Ghul for me, and I really like Alexander Siddig as Ra's al Ghul, and I love the lore they've already created for him and how he's been waiting thousands of years. I love it all, but, oh man, I feel like Gotham are already coming back a little bit with this Barbara thing, but who knows, it could be cool. Technically, their argument for it is that this Barbara doesn't really have any future. She doesn't have any solid future, so they can kind of do what they want with her, which is why they were kind of going the Harley Quinn route, and they completely pulled that back. And now they're going this route with her, so it could be interesting, but just the concept of it on paper, to me, it doesn't sound good at all. But I would love to know your thoughts about Barbara and Alexander Siddig and everything like that in the comments below. Now, in the first few episodes of Gotham Season 4, it looks like we're probably going to get a Fight Club scene, because this photo here was captioned something like, the first rule about Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, and we've got a very hench dude here with this lady. But more importantly, from these two photos, we can see this shot of this ring, and it looks like to be in a very remote location. So now I'm going to ask you guys what you think could be happening here. It could just be one of those filler episodes where Gordon has to deal with this whole Fight Club thing going on in Gotham City, and then another side plot and another plot alongside that in the episode. But ultimately, let me know what you think could be going on with this whole potential Fight Club that could be happening. And now lastly, guys, this photo comes from Danny Cannon himself, and this is one I was most kind of excited to talk about besides the Solomon Grundy picture we got. And this picture is a cell, or a glass cell, that is in the middle of a room, and that is all there is to it, really. But it's more about who I'm thinking this could be for. And now instantly I'm thinking that everyone is thinking that this could be for Jerome or something like that. And it is very fitting for someone like Jerome to be segregated like that, considering how dangerous he's been and how unstable and just everything like that. It could be really cool to see him in a cell like that, and just for him to be shown like that. But I don't think this is for Jerome, just only because I don't think Cameron Monaghan is filming this early on or anything like that. Otherwise, we would kind of know about it. It could just be for Scarecrow or someone else very dangerous, or someone with meta-human abilities or something like that, because I don't see why else you would segregate a normal kind of person from the general population unless they were a very big threat. And the only people I can think of are meta-human people, if that makes sense. So people with enhanced powers like Fish Mooney's freaks or Penguin's freaks, or somebody who's normal human but is as dangerous as Jerome Valeska. Now, some of the comments are saying it looks like Hugo Strange's cell from the previous season in another location, and it could be just that they're reusing the sets, which is very common for TV shows. Some TV shows do it in a very bad way and make it very obvious and don't change it enough. But I would like to think that this is for somebody who I've already said, or somebody very, could be a very big threat. It does look like there's some writing on the windows, but I can't make it out, and I don't think anyone could, because when you zoom in, it is a blurry picture to begin with. But either way, this photo really does intrigue me as to who this could be for. I mean, this cell, it does look like it is for a very dangerous person. I would love for it to be for Jerome Valeska, or just you know, somebody that dangerous, but at the same time, the background doesn't look very Arkham-y unless it's a very separate Arkham wing or a different prison in general. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think this cell is for? Apart from that, everybody, that is all I've got to talk about in today's Gotham Season 4 video. I know it was kind of short, but there wasn't too much to talk about. But let me know what you think of all the photos in the comments below, especially that Danny Cannon one and the Solomon Grundy one. If you missed it, I did do a live stream on Batman The Enemy Within, which is Telltale Season 2 Batman game. I did the full episode 1 gameplays. For those of you who did join it, thank you very much. It was a great time. But for those of you who missed it, you can watch the whole stream now. I'll leave the link to the video in the description below. But other than that, everybody, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. The links to my social medias are in the description below. But thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.